Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this lovely Thursday night. And tonight it is the series premiere of the Button Box Shop Super Series with the Sim-Auto Racing Association League. Tonight it is the Car Show New Hampshire 100 here at the New Hampshire Speedway. We're about to go racing here in just moments. Folks, we are going to go to the playing of the National Anthem when we come back. We'll tell you more about what you can expect from the series, hear some from the drivers and the administrators alike. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and tonight, here at the Sim-Auto Racing Association, the Button Box Shop Super Series here at the New Hampshire Speedway, kicking off the first of a 12-week season here tonight. It'll be Thursday nights coming up at around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in this Thursday night. We're about to go racing here at New Hampshire for 100 laps for the Car Show New Hampshire 100. And yes, folks, there is 2 shows in that. But we're going to be wrapping up momentarily. The drivers are hot lapping out there. Let's take a little bit of look real quick at what we can expect from this track tonight here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's a 1-mile track. 68 degrees in the air, 42% humidity, clear skies, and a warm 95 degrees on that track. Expect to see everybody fighting for the lower groove. It is a relatively flat track, so we could see a lot of passing out there still yet, even though the warmer track conditions. We're going to look to be joined now here tonight by a couple of drivers. One of the drivers is going to join us now, a driver from the championship from one season ago in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series. Joe Schaefer Jr. joins us here this Thursday night. How you doing tonight, Joe?
Doing good. Ready to get started here.
And what is your thoughts on this track? How is it looking for you here tonight?
Well, I don't think we're going to have a ton early in the race. We got it set up pretty tight, so hoping it comes on right around halfway when everybody else starts to fall off and the track gets slick. So I'm expecting a lot of sliding here in the second half.
Well, definitely looking for a great race here. And if you remember one season ago, it was Tim Bills who dominated this track, and it was Derek Holthausen who pulled out the last couple lap win here. One of the things we talk about every time we visit New Hampshire is the turn 2 exit when you're coming off of turn number 2. Think you're going to see a push here tonight, possibly coming out of that turn, or do you think you got it nailed where you'll feel confident making your way around?
I feel pretty good about turn 2. Turn 3 and 4 is what I'm worried about. Seems that at turns 3 and 4 the track is just a little hotter or something. I'm more worried about that turn 4 wall than turn 2.
All right. Well, is there any thanks or shout outs you want to give and any words of advice for anybody out there looking to join? I mean, you're a champion one season ago, looking to duplicate it here for the Button Box Super Series. Tell us, do you have is there anyone you'd like to thank or give a shout out to?
Definitely want to thank Charlie Kuzma with the Button Box Shop. And I can't say enough about my T4X guys and the league as a whole. If you want to prove yourself as one of the best short track drivers, it's a humbling experience if you can come here and have success. So I recommend it.
All right. Well, thank you much for the words, Joe. Look forward to it. Congratulations, and have a great race here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to be looked to join now by Matt Rolfe, administrator for the Semi-Auto Racing Association, talking about the Button Box Shop Super Series coming up, 12-week season that we got coming up. Always love to start off the season in New Hampshire. Great battles taking place at this relatively flat track. Tell us a little bit about the Button Box Shop, how they assumed the series sponsorship, and anything else you'd like to say about the season coming up.
Yeah, so they, well, first of all, thanks for bringing me in here, and thanks for everyone that's watching. The Button Box Shop is, obviously they make button boxes for racing simulators and flight simulators. So kind of like if you have your racing wheel and you got some buttons on that, is an addition pretty much that's got some buttons on it, so you can map other things to it. It's kind of cool. I've got one myself, and I know some of the other league members have been interested in contacting the Button Box Shop. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely check them out. And the owner of that, Charlie Kuzma, he's been a partner of the league for a couple seasons now, so that's how he jumped on board with that. But yeah, we're looking forward to this new season. It's a whole new year, whole new season. We're ready. We're excited. We had about a month off or so there, so drivers have been anxious to get back out here on track and see how this goes. So we're pretty excited.
A lot of the tracks that we're going to see here in this season, we go to tracks like Lucas Oil, Iowa, South Boston, Stafford, back to the Milwaukee Mile. I know that's one of the ones where we had the Twin 54s last season. Then we see other tracks like Martinsville, Irwindale, Lanier, Five Flags. Is there any track that you personally are excited to go and race at, or to have the league go and take on the challenge?
Well, when I looked at making the schedules, I tried picking a good solid group of tracks that there could possibly be two grooves in. We proved last season in this series that we get some decent runs in, 40, 50 laps into a run, there other grooves start to develop. So I picked out some tracks that I thought could kind of develop a second lane for the most part, and maybe create some more side-by-side racing and some good battles. So I don't really have a particular track I think is going to be pretty good. I'm kind of looking forward to all of them to see how the season plays out. Last season we had a great all-around, it was pretty smooth all season, didn't have to worry about a whole lot. So I think we're looking good here tonight. Got some newer guys in the field, and got some cagey veterans up front running fast, so I think we'll put on a good show.
Definitely looking forward to it, man. Thank you much for the time to come in here and talk about the Button Box Shop Super Series. Looking forward to the great 12-week season ahead, starting here tonight with New Hampshire Speedway.
All right, thanks.
So there you have it, folks. While we got it up there and while Matt was talking, here's a list of the sponsors here for the Button Box Shop Super Series. Of course, the Button Box Shop being the series sponsor. Dean's Satellite and Security, the Car Show, HeightsPride.com for quality leather and sheepskin products. You can check them out on the web, HeightsPride.com. Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, the Lions International Club, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models. Those are your sponsors for the Button Box Shop Super Series. And again, folks, Super Late Models are the cars, and we're about ready to go racing for the Car Show New Hampshire 100 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Of course, if you'd like to know more information about the Sim Auto Racing Association, RaceSARA.com is their website. If you'd like to know more about us, Forge Broadcasting is our website. We got some great race articles out there, as well as our event schedule. You'll be able to stay in the know as to what events we got coming up, where they're at. Tells you all about the venue information, what time it starts. And you can definitely make sure to mark that on your calendar, share with some Google friends as well. All the things alike. It does look like, folks, that hot laps in practice has come to a close. We're going to be moving to the grid momentarily, and we'll let you know where your drivers stand here this Thursday night. So on the pole here tonight, Richie Davidowitz with a 29.01. He is going to have the 89 of Jeremy Adams today outside. The number 9 of Josh Berry inside of row number 2 will have the 18 of Tyler Price. Cody Kelly is going to round out the top 5 inside of row number 3. Last season's champ, the number 6, in 6th position outside of row number 3 will be Joe Schaefer Jr. The number 66 of David Krikorian to the inside of row 4, Tim Bills. The one who dominated this track up to the end will be to the outside of row number 4. Matt Rolfe inside of row number 5. Derek Cash to the outside. And rounding out your top 10. Looking on back, we've got Hunter Combs, Trevor Edwards, Jordan Erickson, Kevin Myers, Derek Robinson. Keep an eye on that 8 car here tonight. Darrell Hamlin. We've got Daniel Pope II, Travis Warling, Scott Naslund, Brandon Johnson through 20. Craig Bontrager, Jake Watson, Mason Dunn, Connor Blaze, Clay Snyder, Ben Nile, Brandon Wilkinson, Matthew Eddy, Mark Royer, Ian Lane, Scott Dunlap, Michael Baxter, and Derek Holzhausen, your 33-car field here tonight at New Hampshire. And the Mustang iRacing pace car looks to take them around here tonight. Also want to give a special thanks and shout out to Ryan Eckstein of Eckstein Cameras, providing the beautiful camera shots you're going to see here tonight. Pace cars working its way around the track. There it goes into the pits. Green flag flies. We're off to the race. Into turn number 1, the number 9 of Josh Berry looks to take the race lead from Davidowitz. Davidowitz, the 59 car, will settle up in second position. Back in third is Tyler Price, Jeremy Adams in fourth, Cody Kelly back in fifth. Tyler Price, Jeremy Adams going at it. Price is the 18 car to the inside of the 89 of Adams as they fire off the turn number 4. Adams looking to the inside. Caution flag's going to come out into lap number 3. We saw Matthew Eddy with a little bit of smoke behind him. Let's go back and take a look. So it looks like Eddy is going to come into the incident. Not quite sure who caused the caution. Matthew Eddy rolling up amongst it. Already, folks, here at New Hampshire, off to a great start here. Got a first couple laps in before we saw the yellow flag. These drivers being off for about a month, trying to work out their racecraft to get back into the groove here for the Button Box Shop Super Series this Thursday night. Here's a look at your top five as they come across the start-finish line. It's Barry, Davidowitz, Price, Adams, and Kelly. Light up the Mustang iRacing pace car. We're going to be back green on lap number 6. 3 laps led for the 9 of Barry. Davidowitz with the first lap led out of that. So that is your total lap leaders. Kevin Myers not making the grid here tonight. Here we go, ready to go back to the green. Pace car is going to be in the pits off of turn 4. Pace car into the pits. Here we go. Green flag flies. About a 3/10 of a second lead over the 59 of Davidowitz. Davidowitz will close the gap. Side-by-side action behind Cody Kelly as Jeremy Adams and Matt Rolfe were going at it. Looking on back, we see Tim Bills trying to hold Derek Robinson at bay. Jordan Erickson. A little bit of side-by-side action as they come off of turn 4. Erickson, the 45, settles up right in front of the 50th Cash. Darrell Hamlin looking to the inside of Daniel Pope. Side-by-side action continues in 1 and 2. Into the backstretch. The top 10 single file into turn number 3 here on lap 8. A little bit of push there for the 9 of Barry. That's going to bring Davidowitz closer off of turn 4 into the front stretch. And Davidowitz trying to catch Josh Berry. 3 wide action in turn 2. Tim Bills has an eager Hunter Combs behind him. Combs can see Robinson. Robinson looking to the inside here off of turn number 4. As we take a look up top, look at this field, ladies and gentlemen. The Sim Auto Racing Association is making their presence known here at New Hampshire. 32 cars on the grid here tonight. Josh Berry, though, has pulled away to a 6/10 of a second lead, but here comes Tyler Price. Price to the inside of Davidowitz. Side by side into the backstretch. Cody Kelly wanting to get around both of them. Has to settle up and watch the battle in front. Is he going to try to thread the needle here out of 4? He'll settle up behind Price. Maybe look to the inside. A little checkup action. Schaefer Jr. on the move to the inside of Cody Kelly. He's going to work the inside groove in turns 1 and 2. Looking to stay to the inside of the 18, coming off that second turn. Can he edge out the 75 of Cody Kelly? What a battle side by side for 4th as Joe Schaefer Jr. Oh, and he rides Cody Kelly up towards the wall. Now he's going to fire it underneath Tyler Price in turn 1. He's going to push. Oh, Nelly, Tyler Price had to work his way up the track. Out of turn number 2, Schaefer Jr.'s got the nose over the 18 car. He's going to continue to work the inside groove. In the front stretch, Schaefer Jr. has got it. He's now into 3rd. Barely edging out Cody Kelly with an aggressive move in turns 1 and 2. Kelly's going to look to the inside of Price. Heading into turn number 3, Schaefer Jr. solid in 3rd. Here comes Cody Kelly. And Tyler Price with a defensive move in the front stretch to keep the 75 from going underneath them, as we see Schaefer Jr. trying to work on Davidowitz. Here comes Schaefer Jr. to the inside. He's going to make a move for 2nd. Can he have it off of 4th? He's got a nose over him as he fades it out towards the wall. Not quite cleared him. He will now. Joe Schaefer Jr. from 6th to 2nd in the first 16 laps of this race, folks. He is on the move here tonight. Cody Kelly putting some pressure on the 59 of Davidowitz. Schaefer Jr. now challenging Josh Berry for the race lead. Into turns 1 and 2. Schaefer Jr. is going to work out. He's going to come out and make contact with Josh Berry. Berry's going to get loose. He's trying to save it. He's going to spin. Josh Berry. What a save from keeping any more damage on that 9 car. Let's go back and take a look at that replay. The battle with Joe Schaefer Jr. He's going to work the inside groove. He's going to come right up and door slam the number 9 of Josh Berry. Berry's going to get loose. You see the rear end come around on him. And he's going to do what he can to save the car. Slows up. Schaefer Jr. goes by. Everybody else is going to swing to the high side. Josh Berry trying to save it. Continually getting loose. And eventually it will get away from him. And he'll spin out. So Berry is now running 26. He's going to come down pit road. As we see a lot of the drivers do. Look to get a little bit of repair action down on the number 9 car before he heads back out on the track. Here he comes. So again, tonight, folks, tonight's sponsors, the Button Box Shop's got the series sponsor. Dean's Satellite Security, the Car Show Show. This is their race here tonight, the Car Show Show. New Hampshire 100 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. HeightsPride.com, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, Lions Club International, Toxic Media Solutions, JBM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models. Also a thanks and shout out to Ryan X9 of X9 Cameras for the beautiful camera work that we're seeing here tonight. Lights off the pace car. We're going to be back green on lap number 21. It will be Schaefer Jr., Cody Kelly in the front row, Tyler Price, Jeremy Adams in that second row. Here we go. Pace car works its way into turn 4. This is the point in time where you turn up the volume. We got the Crank It Up cams coming at you as the pace car heads into the pits. Here we go. Green flag flies. Jr. into turns 1 and 2 with a 2/10 of a second lead over Cody Kelly. As they come into the backstretch, Kelly trying to track down the number 6. Side-by-side action back with Jeremy Adams as Matt Rolfe looks to the inside. Into the front stretch, crossing the start-finish line. Adams will win the battle on the high side. Derek Robinson, number 8 machine, to the outside of Matt Rolfe. Rolfe in the lower groove, trying to ward off that 8 car. And Robinson with a move. From the outside to the end, he's now inside of Jeremy Adams coming off turn 4. Not going to have the momentum of the front stretch, but boy is Rolfe really putting it to the bumper of the 8 car. Almost looked like a bump draft there in the front stretch. Robinson dives underneath Adams, coming out of turn 2. Jeremy Adams has got something for him in the backstretch as he did in the front. Turns 3 and 4, Robinson now trying to pick up some real estate to the inside of Adams. In the front stretch, crossing that start-finish line, and Derek Robinson really working the inside here of Jeremy Adams into lap number 25. He's going to have him coming out of turn 2. Robinson now into 4th, folks. A driver tonight who started 15th and now in the top 5. Wow. And now Matt Rolfe looking to the inside of Jeremy Adams. Down the back stretch, and the car's really swinging everywhere back there. Rolfe still trying to work the inside of Adams. Scott Naslin watching the battle just ahead as Hunter Combs is being passed by Daniel Pope. The 63 of Combs is going to fall back to 11th. Pope now up into the top 10. As they work their way into turn number 3, Scott Naslin will look to the inside of Hunter Combs. The number 3 of Clay Snyder sees the the driver winner of week number 1 last year. And if you remember that race, folks, it was up against Tim Bills, who led majority of the race, about 98 laps of that race. Holzhausen was able to get around him off of a turn 2 pass when Bills went into the wall. And tonight, Derek Holzhausen, starting 33rd, he's up to 14th, folks. He is on the move. Cody Kelly now putting pressure on Schaefer Jr. in the backstretch here on lap 29. Derek Robinson as well looks to the inside of Cody Kelly. Kelly will have second at the start-finish line, but Robinson will have it into turn 1. Boy, did he just blow by that 75 as if he was standing still. Schaefer Jr. now looking at lap traffic ahead as he comes off turn 4. Joe Schaefer Jr. now looking to be passed by Derek Robinson. Robinson trying to catch a quarter panel. Matthew Eddy, the lap car, up ahead. Let's see what Robinson does. Schaefer Jr. is going to block into turn 3. He's not going to give room for the number 8 to take on the inside, but Robinson will fight back. Let's see how they handle the lap car of Matthew Eddy. Lap traffic swings wide. Schaefer Jr. not taking any chances, runs the extreme low groove in turns 1 and 2, and Cody Kelly will go to the inside of Matthew Eddy here on turn 3 on lap 32. Schaefer Jr. only with a 0.3 of a second lead over Derek Robinson. Holzhausen trying to crack 12th position as he's to the outside of Scott Naslin. Naslin with a little bit of a push into turn 2, and that's going to send the 87 of Holzhausen by on the outside. Holzhausen now picks up 12th since the 30 of Naslin, back to 13th. To the outside of Naslin comes the number 3 of Snyder. Damage update, we now have word that Connor Blaze, the number 74 car, has backed out of the race. Now looking to put his car in the holler, as we've seen the number 3 of Clay Snyder tag the wall coming off turn 2. It's one thing we've talked about time and time again here in New Hampshire. As the race progresses, a lot of these drivers start pushing up to the wall in turn number 2. Of course, Schaefer Jr. worried about 3 and 4, but he's looked solid on all 4 turns here tonight.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution flag comes out on lap 35. And it looks like it's going to start here with the 59 at Davidowitz. Let's go back and take a look. Davidowitz back behind the 32. He's going to come right up to the side of the 03 car. That's going to cause himself to get turned and turned back around. Brandon Johnson, the 03 car, up to the high side, will continue on down unscathed, but the 59 of Davidowitz is going to go for a spin here on the front stretch. You see other drivers passing by, but at the last moment, drivers trying to split them are going to themselves end up in an incident. As we pan the camera back out to show you right here, I believe the 72 of Ben Nile, one of the drivers there, will come off the wall. The number 98, I think, of Ian Lane also. 2 drivers will spin right in front of Davidowitz. Good job there by the 27 car of Michael Baxter to avoid all that incident. And Davidowitz will come down pit road. Of course, Davidowitz, your pole sitter here tonight, led a lap before being passed by Josh Berry. Berry had a bad string of luck since the caution. He led 15 laps here tonight, currently running in 16th position. And now we see Davidowitz come off the pit road. It's all been Schaefer Jr. the last 20 laps, as he now looks to go up to 21 this time by. Again, tonight, this Thursday night, is the series opener for the Button Box Shop Super Series with the Semi-Auto Racing Association here at the Car Show New Hampshire 100 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. If you'd like to know more about this series or about the SARA League, you can find them on the web, racesara.com. And of course, you want to know more about what Digital Forge is or what events we have coming up, find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com. Should get the one-to-go signal from the flag stand this time by. We should be back green on lap number 40. Cars will begin bunching up here in the front stretch once they cross the start-finish line. Lights come off the Mustang iRacing pace car. Said it once, folks, we'll say it again as they work their way into the backstretch. For those of you looking for the extreme excitement, we're going to bring our Crank It Up cams back out at the restart. It's a good time to turn up the volume to really catch the intensity of these roaring super late models as they make their way around the restart lap and go back to green. So here we go, folks. Pace car's going to be in turn number 4. The 30 cars bunched up, ready to go back to the green. Pace car off of turn 4, dives into the pits. Here we go as they come to the front stretch. Green flag flies, we're back to the race. With a 2/10 of a second lead over Derek Robinson. Robinson is closing in on him into the backstretch. Rolf with a nice little battle into turn 3 to the inside of Krikorian. Krikorian running that Exalta machine he loves to run. And Rolf will have the momentum off of turn 4. Tyler Price! And Rolf will make a little bit of contact in the front stretch. They will maintain their course. Robinson now looking to put pressure on Schaefer Jr. for the race lead here on lap 42. What a battle back here. Price pulling off Krikorian, who makes contact with Rolf. Rolf to the inside, back in 6th. He's going to try to get up in 5th. He's taking it to the apron. Oh my, 3 wide action in turns 1 and 2, near 4 wide action. Caution flag is going to come out behind him. And we've got a parking lot back there. Jordan Erickson involved in that one. I think he got the brunt of the damage. Let's go back and take a look. There's the door slam right there from Holzhausen to the side of Jordan Erickson. Erickson will lose traction and grip right there in turn 2. Josh Berry's going to be met face-to-face with Erickson as he goes up towards the wall. Clay Snyder will get turned by Scott Naslund. Scott Dunlap as well is going to be spun down. And it looks like everybody else trying to avoid contact with Erickson. Some checkup action in that backstretch. There we see Erickson coming down pit road with Clay Snyder, a few other drivers. How about Matt Rolfe taking it all the way to the apron, trying to get underneath Tyler Price? That was a heck of a move. Here we see many of the drivers trying to get some damage repaired on their cars down on pit road. I believe that was the number 90 of Travis Warling coming off pit road. As we continue to look down there, we can see a few other drivers. I believe that's Scott Dunlap making his way off now. Here comes Clay Snyder. Erickson's still down on pit road. Matthew Eddy making his way off. And Schaefer Jr. will come by, leading the rest of the field into lap 46. 29 laps led for the number 6 car. Here's a look at your race summary, folks, as they make their way into turn 4. Schaefer Jr. up front of the field, 45 laps complete. 2 lead changes, 4 total cautions. Here's a look at your top 5. Schaefer Jr., Derek Robinson, Cody Kelly, David Gregorian, Daniel Pope II. Lights come off the pace car into lap 47. We'll be back green on lap number 48. It'll be Joe Schaefer Jr., Derek Robinson, David Krikorian, Cody Kelly, your front 4. Kelly to the inside of Krikorian. Pace car looks to head towards pit road this time by. Off of turn 4, there it goes. Ready to go back to the green. Green flag flies. Rewind action into 1. Kelly's going to make contact. We're going to see a caution flag come out. Jordan Erickson, I believe, may have had some hiccup back there. Let's go back and take a look. As we look to take a look with Erickson here, trying to catch up to the field. This may be why they threw the caution. As you can see, not quite ready. And it looks like the other drivers have made it down pit road. Not exactly sure what's going on. Schaefer Jr. catches up to the pace car, into turn 1. Into lap 50 will be on the back half of tonight's race. Coming up momentarily. It's a great race here in New Hampshire this Thursday night for the Button Box Shop Super Series. The Car Show New Hampshire 100 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're going to take a short commercial break. We come back. More race action to come your way. Don't worry, folks. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway today, everyone. My name's Jerry Caldwell. I'm General Manager here at Bristol, and we are certainly excited to have you. We've got some big news that we're announcing today. May of 2017, some exciting things happening. First time we've done something like this in quite a while here at Bristol. So take a look at the video and we'll come back.
Bristol. It's the world's fastest half mile, often called the last great Coliseum. And now, it's home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Your favorite short track superstars come to Thunder Valley from 6 of your favorite short track divisions. Three tiers of late models are included as they take to the high banks. It's coming May 2017. Bristol, now home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Dreams will become reality.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting times in May 2017. That's May 19th through the 21st, 2017. The U.S. Nationals of Short Track Racing right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're so excited to welcome CRA and Cars, Southern Super Series, and all the racers and fans who are going to come join us for that. You're not going to want to miss it. This is going to be history in the making. We're going to reserve 3 spots, guaranteed provisionals for some of the NASCAR Cup guys. This will be the first time ever that we've had all these series together. Front-wheel drives, the modifieds, the pro late models, street stocks will join the super late models and the late model stocks. It's going to be a great weekend. You're going to want to come out and join us right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Give us a call if you have questions, want more information. That'll be 423-BRISTOL, or you can visit us at bristolmotorspeedway.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to New Hampshire this Thursday night. We're ready to go back green as Joe Schaefer Jr. right behind the pace car, which will head into pit road this time by. We'll be back green on lap number 54. Here we go. Pace car heads into the pits. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. just as fast as we get back to the green, the yellow comes right back out. And I think there's a few drivers down there on pit, coming off of pit road. We'll follow the number 90 of Travis Warling in this one, folks. And you can see the major pile up there with the 0-3 of Brandon Johnson and the 9 of Josh Berry getting into it. Orling's going to come back down, or excuse me, Johnson will go down pit road. And here comes the rest of the field. Josh Berry down on pit road, a tough night for him. Led 15 total laps, hasn't been able to crack the top 15 since. Tonight's sponsors, folks, the Button Box Shop. Of course, your series sponsor for the Button Box Shop Super Series. Dean's Satellite and Security, the Car Show, HeightsPride.com, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, the Lions Club International, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra. Super Late Models are your sponsors here for the Button Box Shop Super Series. Again, tonight, week number 1 in the 12-week season. Next week, we will be in action next Thursday night at Lucas Oil Raceway for the JVM Racing 117. Definitely want to mark that on your calendars, February 2nd, folks. Question still remains here tonight. Who is going to take home victory? Schaefer Jr., your champion in the GM Parts Expert Super Late Model Series, looking highly likely to do it tonight. 40 laps led for him. Derek Robinson trying to pull off the upset. Robinson, one of those drivers starting outside the top 5, but now running in second. Keep an eye on the 87 of Holzhausen. Again, Holzhausen won at this track last season in week number 1. He's currently running 8th here, and he started 33rd on the grid. Bare last, shotgun on the field, folks. And he's inside the top 10 here. And plenty of distance to close into that first position slot. So we will go around one more time under the yellow. We should see the 1 to go signal the next time by. Should be back green on lap 60. And of course, everybody out there in YouTube chat, Ryan Eckstein joining us out there. These are his cams, folks, of Eckstein Cameras, providing some great looking stuff. If you want to give him a shout out, ask him any questions, now's the time to do it. He's out there in YouTube. As the pace car crosses that start-finish line, everybody's bunched up side by side. Tail of the field looking to catch up. The lights come off. We've got that 1 to go signal. We'll be back green on lap number 60. Little over 40 laps remaining in tonight's race. Here we go. Pace car through turn number 4 towards the front stretch. Ready to head down pit road. There it goes. Here they come. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. And somebody, Tim Bills, is going to go screaming to the infield. Caution flag will not fly. Robinson trying to track down Schaefer Jr. Kelly to the outside of Krikorian. It's a 4-car battle up front. Into the backstretch, Tim Bills. Again, bad luck late in the race here at New Hampshire. Driver who dominated this track 1 season ago ended up losing it off to a turn 2 pass to Derek Holzhausen. Kelly now looking to get underneath Schaefer Jr. He's pushing him down the front stretch. Robinson's going to look to the inside of Kelly. Kelly with a little bump action. Contact Schaefer Jr. into the wall. That's going to bring out the caution flag. Heavy damage sustained on that number 6 car, folks. Cody Kelly really getting physical out on the track. Let's go back and take a look. We'll go on board here with Cody Kelly and just show you the physicality that he's admitting here. Right there, look at the contact. And ended up hooking the quarter panel, hooking onto that bumper, swinging it around as Schaefer Jr. went up into the wall. There you can see the damage on Schaefer Jr.'s car. Of course, we'll go back and show you from the perspective of Joe Schaefer Jr. the incident. And you can see the contact trying to save it, and just repetitive contact sent him up into the wall. See the smoke coming out the back. The number 6. So Mark Royer, one of the drivers to call it quits, currently in 24th position, so that'll give an opportunity for 2 laps for Darrell Hamlin. They move up into 24th position. Brandon Johnson calling it quits. Currently, car's not really out of it, but sitting down on pit road as we now see. It looks like Tim Bill's making his way off pit road. But that was not Tim Bills, that was Darrell Hamlin making his way off pit road. Bill's actually still sitting down there on pit road. Josh Berry, Ben Nile, Trevor Edwards, Tyler Price, and Derek Cash. But we do see Tim Bills now waiting on pit road exit. Cody Kelly having to serve a penalty comes down pit road. And pit exit closed as the field passes, reopens. Tim Bills joining the field. Of course, after that incident on that restart where Tim Bills went to the inside, falls back to 22nd position. Interesting fact on the night, the top 10 current running standings. Drivers have not been down pit road all night. Of course, the fast time on pit road comes from the 45 of Jordan Erickson, 4.3 seconds. That's enough to serve a penalty, get in and get out. The long time will go by Tim Bills with a 49.8 second pit time. Everybody that's been down there but has been between about 25 and 33 seconds. But positions 1 through 10 have not been down pit road. Here's a look at your top 5 heading back to green, folks. Robinson, Pope, Krikorian, Rolfe, and Holzhausen. Keep an eye on that 87. We seen it last season. He started 33rd here tonight. Can he get another victory here in New Hampshire? Pace car will be in the pits this time by. It'll be like lap 67 when we get that green flag coming momentarily. Here we go. Pace car's into the pits. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. Caution flag's going to come out as we look back in the field. A few cars got into a little bit of contact back there. Trevor Edwards was able to pass by it, so we'll go back and take a look. And it is Michael Baxter, the 27 machine, up in the wall. Of course, we'll go back and take a look. Michael Baxter will end up in the wall in turn 4. Right there is going to be a little helping hand from the number 3 of Clay Snyder. And the 97 trying to avoid contact. Look at that. Wow. You ever needed luck, folks, for Mason Dunn right there, he got it. Avoiding the contact with Baxter as Baxter was slowly spinning out. Eventually making contact with the Lennox wall right there in turn 4. So the warmer temperatures making it interesting here in New Hampshire, folks. Again, 95 at the start of the race down there on that pavement. As they cross that start-finish line, 69 laps now complete. 3 lead changes, 8 total cautions. We got about 30 laps to go here at New Hampshire. One more shout out here for our sponsors tonight, the Button Box Shop. Of course, if you're looking for some great button boxes for your sim racing or simulations need, or just any need for a computer, it hooks up via USB to your computer. Has multiple ones. They'll custom tailor it to you, the design that you're requesting. Excellent job. Charlie Kuzma out there on Facebook. You can just look up the Button Box Shop. Dean Satellite and Security, the Car Show, HeightsPride.com, Area 52 Designs. Callaway Investments, Lions International Club, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models are your sponsors here tonight. And of course, folks, Ryan Eckstein of Eckstein Cameras providing the great camera work here that we get to showcase on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. With 30 laps to go, the lights come off the pace car. It'll be 29 when we get the green flag. 9 laps led for Derek Robinson, who has taken over the race lead. Schaefer Jr. had 45 laps led. He's down on pit road, and I don't know if we're going to see him back out. He's currently set in 24th position. Holzhausen is back in 5th. This one's shaping up to be a great battle here tonight. Week number 1 of the Button Box Shop Super Series with the super late models for the Semi-Auto Racing Association. Pace car looks to head into the pits. There it goes. We're coming back to the green. Green flag flies. Derek Robinson with a 2/10 of a second lead over Daniel Pope II. Matt Rolfe back in 3rd, Krikorian 4th. And Derek Holzhausen your top 5. See some nice battling back behind Wilkinson as Ian Lane to the outside of Scott Dunlap. Cody Kelly, after serving a penalty, is back there in 15th. Looking to the inside of Dunlap. He's going to make contact in the front stretch. And the battle rages on through the backstretch here on lap 74. Jordan Erickson looking antsy back there behind Cody Kelly. Dunlap to the inside of Lane into turn 1 here on lap 75. Kelly now will be the inside of Lane. Dunlap slows up. You can see the frustration on Cody Kelly's car. The way he's driving, the reaction to the number 2 being slow out of turn number 2. Oh, and a near miss there from Scott Dunlap to that 49 car of Craig Bontrager. Bontrager up in front of Cody Kelly and Scott Dunlap. Oh, and contact! The 56 is going to spin. Brandon Wilkinson will get snagged in that one and spun in turn 4. Here is the battle. Bontrager, the 49 car, to the inside. Wilkinson, the car up to the high side, but here comes Dunlap, and the door slam. That will spin Wilkinson out there in turn 4. And a crowd so enthused they can't even look at Wilkinson. They feel for the guy. They feel his pain. So we see more cars coming down pit road, Wilkinson among them. Matthew Eddy coming off of pit road. And of course we see Josh Berry, Tyler Price, Schaefer Jr. down on pit road, and Robinson not showing signs of coming down. $17 now led for the number 8 as he crosses that start-finish line into lap 79. So it'll be about 20 laps. 20 laps or less when we go back green, anticipating the lights to come off the pace car this time by with the one-to-go signal from that flag stand. Should see the cars begin to bunch up here. And it will be 20 laps to go when the race resumes. Derek Robinson, 18 laps in total led here tonight so far. Daniel Pope, the number 16, will be to the outside. Matt Rolfe, David Krikorian back in that second row. Robinson to take us back to the green. In goes the pace car. As they get on the throttle, the green flag flies. We're back to the race. Robinson fires it into turn number 1. Krikorian looking to the inside of Rolfe. Holzhausen back there behind both. Into the backstretch towards turn number 3. Krikorian on the move. He's the inside of the Rolfe car, the number 5 car. As they head through 3 and 4, Holzhausen has a battle behind him. As Davidowitz, who started on the pole here tonight, back up towards the top 5. Trying to hold off Jeremy Adams and Holzhausen. We'll look to the inside of Krikorian. Hunter Combs, Jeremy Adams going at it. In the backstretch, back behind him, Naslin and Watson. The number 96 of Jake Watson with a little rub to the 75 of Cody Kelly. Watson on the move here tonight. Starting 22nd, he's in the top 10 as the caution flag comes out here on lap number 84. You see the number 90 of Travis Whirling involved in that one. A few other drivers have some heavy damage. Looks like this one might start right here with the 45. Ian Lane's to the outside of that 45 machine. That is Jordan Erickson. Erickson's going to pinch Lane up to the wall. Lane's going to bounce off, come back down into Erickson. Erickson's going to spin. Whirling right there behind it all. Will actually catch a little bit of incident on the wall. And oh my, there goes Ian Lane. Ian Lane's going to roll. Trevor Edwards, the Menards, the 32 machine, involved as well. Ian Lane getting a brunt of the damage. Look at that spoiler. A lot of the fray back there off that spoiler is bent all to that can be in the Grip TV car of Ian Lane. Will have some heavy damage and will need a tow back to pit road. The only one in the top 10 that has pitted, folks, other than Cody Kelly, is Richie Davidowitz with a 15-second pit stop time. Of course, we take a look down pit road. Some of these cars not looking to return. Schaefer Jr., one of them. Robinson still staying out front. Will not come down pit road. Getting closer and closer to 10 to go here at New Hampshire this Thursday night. Week number 1 for the Button Box Shop Super Series, the super late models for the Semi-Auto Racing Association. First of a 12-week series kicking it off. Question is going to be, can the number 8 of Derek Robinson pick up a victory early on in this series? Last season in the GM Parts Experts Super Late Model Series, we saw Robinson be one of the drivers similar to what Holshousen's doing tonight, starting outside the top 15, only to finish in the top 5. He did that quite a bit last season, and tonight would be a bittersweet moment to pick up victory. Lights come off the pace car. It'll be lap 89. 11 to go when we go back green. Here we go, base car ready to head into the pits as it makes its way through turn 4. There it goes. As they get on the gas, green flag flies. Comes Robinson into turns 1 and 2. He's got a quarter-second lead over Daniel Pope II. Into the backstretch. It'll be 10 to go at the line. Hunter Combs, Jeremy Adams with a nice little battle into the third turns. Adams, the 89 car, going to win out to the inside of the 63 of Combs, but Combs rallying back off the 4. Here comes the 75 of Cody Kelly. He's going to look to the inside, makes it 3 wide at the line. They're battling into the front stretch, into the first turn. Cody Kelly underneath Jeremy Adams, folks. Wow, and contact between Combs and Adams. Combs will fall back. That'll put him side by side with Naslin. Kelly Not able to get around Adams. Adams, he is going to hold on to 7th. Kelly currently in 8th. Looking up front, Derek Robinson with 9 to go. Less than 2/10 of a second lead over Daniel Pope II. Krikorian back there in 3rd. Here comes Holzhausen and Rolf. Krikorian looking to the inside of Pope. Not going to do it that time out of turn number 2. Holzhausen in 4th position. Rolf back in 5th. Here comes Krikorian looking to the inside as the caution flag's going to come out with 8 to go here at New Hampshire. And I tell you what, folks, Tim Bills, a lot of damage on that 37 H&H sign supply machine. Let's go back and take a look. He's going to slow up into this incident as we swing by. I believe Jake Watson involved in this one. So we'll hop back just a little bit more. Watson and Naslin, Combs all fighting right there. And of course, Watson to the outside of Naslin. They're going to come up and make contact right there. And in the sim racing world, folks, that's what we call a net code bump off of Naslin. No visual contact made. It was strictly what the software would render as contact. And over and around, Jake Watson went for a ride. That will bring out the caution flag yet again here, folks. Looking to be a couple lap shootout here at New Hampshire. Of course, Watson down on pit road. We're looking about 3 to 4 laps to go. Should be about 4, maybe 3 to go here, depending upon what happens as the lineup begins to reshuffle out of pit road. So we're looking at about 3 to go when we get the green flag. Here's a look at the race summary for you, folks, as the cars work their way into the backstretch here tonight. 95 complete, 3 lead changes, 11 cautions. Again, the warmer temperatures tonight really plaguing any good passing opportunities. Everything had to be fought for. Hence why the heavy night on cautions. Current top 5, Robinson, Pope, Krikorian, Holzhausen, and Rolf. Lights should come off the pace car this time by. Should be 3 to go with the green flag coming back out. Watson's got to go back down pit road. Lights off the pace car with 4 to go. This is where it's go time. Can Robinson hold on to win this one? 35 laps led. Going back to green. Hope with no laps led to the outside. Krikorian, Holzhausen, your front 4. Keep an eye on the 87, folks. Pace car coming through turn number 4 towards the front stretch. We'll head right down pit road. And there it goes. Ready to go back green. Green flag flies. And Daniel Pope has taken the race lead on the outside. With 2 to go at the line, Daniel Pope, now your race leader to the inside. Here comes Robinson firing back. Holzhausen gets around Krikorian. He's in third. Side-by-side action for the race lead. With 2 to go, it's going to be a white flag at the line. Daniel Pope holding on over Derek Robinson, but here comes Holzhausen. He's to the outside of Robinson. Off of turn 4 to the white flag. 1 more lap to go. White flag in the air. Pope has a 3/10 of a second lead, but it's cut short. Here comes Robinson. Holzhausen to the outside of Robinson. Krikorian looks on at the 3 cars ahead. Into the backstretch. It's going to be a doozy, folks. It's going to come down to this. Just 2 more turns to go. Daniel Pope is going to do it as Holzhausen makes contact with Robinson. Robinson coming back for it. He's going to be shy. Your winner tonight, the number 16 of Daniel Pope II. Robinson being scored in second. And, a little bit of animosity there between Holzhausen and Krikorian. Rolf in the infield there. And here comes Daniel Pope II down towards victory lane. There is your winner tonight, right there. Just as fast as he got there, he disappeared on us. Of course, Holzhausen and Robinson. So we will go ahead and bring up the results on the screen for you. Looking to get some driver interviews for you. Oh, and late race drama here, folks. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We got to come back to victory lane. We have a different car in it. It is Derek Holzhausen who took victory. Holzhausen took victory. Late race judging by race control states that the number 16 of Pope jumped the restart. So therefore, unfortunately, he will be disqualified as your winner here tonight. And it is Holzhausen taking victory. Robinson, excuse me. I'm sorry, I said Holzhausen. Derek Robinson taking victory. Holzhausen will come in third. So we'll go ahead and bring him in and talk to him here tonight. Number 87 of Derek Holzhausen driving, starting out tonight on the shotgun of the field, 33rd position, even though we had officially 32 cars look to field the grid tonight. Tell us a little bit about this track. You really had to work your way through it, but you've always looked really dominant here at New Hampshire. Was you hoping for a good shot at the end there for the race win?
Yeah, I was actually surprised. She wasn't as fast on the previous runs, but at the very end there, she was ready to rock and roll for sure. That was very fun.
Definitely a solid night for you. Looking forward to more action ahead. But a heck of a job. Definitely a Hard Charger award will go to you tonight, starting at the end of the field, finishing in the top 3. course, after news of Daniel Pope being disqualified for jumping on the restart, so Robinson taking victory. Tell us what you can expect here out of the Button Box Shop Super Series coming up.
You know, the usual. We got the best short track racing here in SARA. Can't say much more than that, to be honest. These guys are the toughest competition out there. It's always extremely fun and good watching, I'm sure.
All right, looking forward to it. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give for your third place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Matt for putting on SARA, and also thank you for the awesome broadcast you always do. Thanks, man.
All right, we'll see you next week at Lucas Oil Raceway.
Thank you.
All right, folks. In second position here tonight, just getting updates here from Race Control, but joining us now, driver of the Exalta machine, the number 66 of David Krikorian with a runner-up finish by what's deemed to be unofficial results as of right now. It looked like Daniel Pope jumped the restart. But, David, you did a heck of a job here. You fought really a lot with these cars tonight, a lot of physicality amongst these drivers, bumping and banging with the warmer temperatures. You really had to be physical to get around the track tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's just typical New Hampshire. It's always really hard to pass here, so kind of have to get a little more aggressive with some people to get around them.
You definitely put on a great show here tonight. We're going to deem, again, these are unofficial results, but showing you in the runner-up position here tonight. So do you have any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Big heads up to Wheelan and Dealan for working on the setup. I honestly didn't do any practice. I fell asleep about an hour before practice, so I basically missed everything. I'm just glad much better start to this season compared to last season.
Well, anytime that you can wake up from a nap and come race and finish in the runner-up slot, it's definitely a solid night. We look forward to seeing more action out of that Exalta machine, the number 66 car coming up next week at Lucas Oil.
Yep, we'll be there.
All right, folks, we're going to go live now. And again, unofficial results, but deemed to be in your race winner here tonight. One of the hard charges we've seen last night. And I got to tell you, Derek, you got to be kind of happy with this one. Again, the Race Control showing you as the winner currently, as Pope looked to have jumped the last restart, coming back with 3 to go. Hard-fought battle for you all night here tonight. And again, watching you coming through the field as we did last season, definitely looked really solid. Do you feel like, I got to poke fun here with this, but do you feel like tonight is redemption for that Lanier mistake last season?
Yeah, I didn't pit, so that's the first thing that I did differently. But I mean, last year here, ran third, I think it was, to Holtzhausen. I think he got his first win over Tim, something like that, which he was up here again. But this time I was able to finish it off, even with some controversy there at the end. But car was good. It was just eating at the bottom. Was able to pass at the bottom, and just worked my way up to the front.
Definitely an excellent showing here tonight in New Hampshire to kick off the Button Box Shop Super Series. Looking forward to coming up next week at Lucas Oil. What can you tell us about that track for the number 8 car?
Well, we haven't raced there, I think, in the league since the new surface model in these cars, or any cars as far as they go. I look forward to it. I'm not too sure what to expect. Have to do some testing, but I'm sure we'll be close. And I do look forward to it. I like that track in real life, and so it should be a pretty good showing.
All right, excellent job done here tonight. Is there anyone you'd like to thank or any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout-out to my teammates at T4X, Handsome Fellows Barbershop, pomades.com, Matt for hosting this, you for broadcasting. Really appreciate it. Y'all put a lot of time into it, and it shows on the broadcast and in our races. And thanks for everyone else for coming out tonight that's watching, and for the guys that attempted to qualify. I think we got like 42, 43 cars, so we had a good showing for our first week.
Congratulations again. Again, we'll say it unofficially on your victory here tonight in New Hampshire. Looking forward to next week when we head into Lucas Oil.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right, folks, we got the top 3. He's showing as your race winner tonight. He was the first to come across the start-finish line. But a little shunning amongst Race Control tonight here, Daniel. Given the fact how the official results are going to play out tonight, can't take away from the fact of the hard-fought battle you saw here tonight in New Hampshire. Really, really worked against these cars in a condition and an environment that is very difficult to pass. I mean, we've seen 3, nearly 4 wide in some of these turns. How hungry these drivers were here tonight to be able to capture victory. And of course, take us back to that restart, especially with the controversy there with race control.
I'm sure they're gonna pull the win from me, but in iRacing there's a way to basically trick the guy on the outside. You can drag the brakes and accelerate, and it'll make the sound of the motor rev up. So I was tucked up tight to him to try to get a good restart, because that was really my only opportunity to win that race. I was gonna run second to him if I didn't get a good restart, and I heard him accelerate, so I accelerated, and then I seen that he didn't accelerate, so I lifted and got on the brakes, and he started to come back up beside me, and at that time the green light came on. So I re-accelerated, and he never accelerated at that point because I think he was getting run into from behind by the third place car who was trying to go because of me going. So I don't know if it picked the rear tires up or whatever, and he spun, but the green light was out and before he ever accelerated, according to the guys that were spotting for me. But all in all, it's a good race. It's the first time I've run with this league, and I haven't actually raced in a while other than the Cars series, and so qualified 17th and drove up through there and took my time and got in a position to have a shot to win. And it may not show up on a scorecard, but I feel like in the end of the day, I still won that race based on the way that last restart unfolded.
Definitely. Regardless if they do take the win away or let you keep it, you can definitely say you were the first across the start-finish line at the checkered flag. So definitely a great job done here tonight, Daniel. Looking forward to seeing some great racing ahead from the 16 team. Next week we roll into Lucas Oil Raceway. Is that a track that you're solid at, or do you have some concerns there? What can we expect?
I actually won't be present for that race. I will be on vacation out of the country, so the next time I'll be back will be round 3. I'm not sure what track it is. I believe it's Iowa.
Yeah.
So that's when I'll be back for that.
All right, looking forward to it. He'll be back for the Iowa Lions Foundation 100 coming up on February 9th. Hopefully you have a great and wonderful, relaxing out-of-country vacation and come back and look to kick some butt in Iowa. Is there anything, Sir Shallot, that you want to give, by the way?
Oh yeah, I got to give a shout out to the guys that helped me work on these setups, and this particular one here, Jeremy Allen put the time in on it, and I just put a few little clicks here and there on it and made it my own, and it ran really well.
All right, well, congratulations here tonight, regardless of how it's going to end up. But again, hopefully you have a great vacation. We look forward to seeing you back on February 9th at Iowa Speedway.
Thanks, man.
All right, folks, we're going to be joined now, bringing them back in. We talked to him earlier before the race began, but always coming back in to talk a little recap here, especially on the opening nights. We love to bring in Matt Rolfe, the guy who has to be the good guy, the bad guy, the administrator guy, the race control guy. He wears a lot of hats in the series and only one helmet, and that is his race helmet. So, Matt, heck of a job here tonight. And towards the end there, we saw you spun out on the infield, but tell us a little bit about your night. I think you got a 7th place finish out of it tonight. Yeah,
I still finished up towards the front. I had a good car. It was right there around the top 5 all night, and I think some of my teammates like Derek Robinson and Joe Schaefer, those guys were a bit better than I was, but the car was good enough to definitely hang up there with those guys. So that was a lot of fun. Kind of sucks that we had probably about 3 or 4 too many cautions there in that race, but it's early in the season, week 1. It's bound to happen. Nothing we can really do about that other than look at it and move forward. So. But overall, the race performance here tonight for me was not too bad.
And tonight being the opening week here, the Car Show 1 New Hampshire 100. And gentlemen, it's races in your league. Bill Martin, part of that, come in the Car Show sponsoring tonight's race. And I know you had a few words that you'd like to give, some possible thanks there as well.
Yeah, so Bill's been a longtime member of the league, and for anyone that actually follows us on a regular basis or actually pays attention to any short track racing on iRacing, Bill's usually a familiar name, and he stepped up and is helping out with a couple of sponsorships of the races here this season. So he sent me a message because he couldn't be here, so he just kind of wanted to have me give a word about what his product is, or what it is, I guess. So the Car Show is kind of what it sounds like. It's a show about car shows. They go around to cruise nights and car shows primarily. They've only got one episode and it's got 3 parts to it to start off with, and obviously it's winter time now, so it's hard to find car shows around his area, he said, but he's going to be right back at it in the springtime, doing some episodes and all that, so he's looking for some subscribers on YouTube, so if you wanted to find his stuff, probably the easiest way is to go to RaceSARA.com, and right there on the homepage there's a link to the car show, so big thanks for Bill for stepping up on this season and helping us out, and I know he'd appreciate some subscribes to his channel, so that'd be great.
So the car show to sponsor the next race coming up on February 23rd at the Stafford 125. It'll be the car show Stafford 125, and then again they'll be sponsoring way out in the season, week number 11. It'll be Thursday. It'll be the April the 13th, one shy of Friday the 13th, but it'll be April the 13th, and the car show will be sponsoring the Irwindale 150. So a couple more sponsored races by the car show to come up, and Matt, I tell you, we got a lot of new sponsors this season. We see JVM Racing, the Lions Club joining, as well as Dean Satellite and Security, and then your typical usual sponsors. We also have, I believe, Tundra Super Late Models, some of these other new sponsors on board. Is there anything you'd like to say about that as well?
Yeah, just a big thanks to all the sponsors that are helping out this season. Obviously, we put on a good show in the fall, so we had some guys want to step up and help out, and really appreciate it. And the only bad thing about having a lot of sponsors is it's hard to remember all of them and hard to give thanks to each one of them. So, like I said before, the easiest way to get to all of our sponsors is right on the homepage of our website, RaceSARA.com. Definitely appreciate them stepping up and helping out. So, the Button Box Shop is the title sponsor, and then obviously the car show here tonight for race number 1. We'll get the thanks to the rest of the sponsors throughout the season. So we really appreciate it from them.
All right, Matt, thanks again for your time here tonight. Looking forward to great racing to come ahead. And we look forward to seeing you next week at Lucas Oil Raceway.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe, the administrator, the man behind the scenes for the Sim Auto Racing Association. Well, we got the results on the screen for you. Let's pop over real quick and take a look at the summary. Out of the 100 laps completed, 4 lead changes here tonight, 11 total cautions. And we'll throw the results back at you again. And again, these are unofficial due to the controversy with Daniel Pope possibly jumping the restart. It's something that Race Control wants to review. Therefore, they are showing him as DQ'd currently, and it is Derek Robinson being showed in the victory position. But we'll go ahead and read them as stands. We got Pope, Robinson, Krikorian, Holzhausen, Kelly, the top 5 currently. Davidowitz, Rolfe, Adams, Combs, Dunlap through the top 10. And looking on back, we got Snyder, Bontrager, Wilkinson, Naslin, Eddy, Bills, Dunn, Watson, Hamlin, Ian Lane through 20. Ben Nile, Jordan Erickson, Travis Warling, Edwards, Baxter, Schaefer Jr., Mark Royer, Josh Berry with a tough night there will finish 28th. Brandon Johnson, Tyler Price through 30. And your field here tonight, Derek Cash, Connor Blaze, with Kevin Myers not able to field the grid. And again, coming up next Thursday night, folks, put it on your calendar, Lucas Oil Raceway. A lot of the drivers haven't been on that new racing surface since it's been implemented here in iRacing. Looking forward to that to come your way, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday night. Got more Super Late Models coming up for you tomorrow night for the Bump and Run Friday Night Super Late Model Series. One real final quick look at the sponsors for tonight, though. The Button Box Shop, Dean's Satellite and Security, The Car Show, HeightsPride.com, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, the Lions International Club, Toxic Media Solutions, JVM Racing, and Tundra Super Late Models. Those are your sponsors for this Thursday Button Box Shop Super Series. That will do it for us, folks. If you'd like to know more about the Sim Auto Racing Association, find them on the web at RaceSARA.com. If you'd like to know more about us and the events we've got coming up, find us on the web at ForgeBroadcasting.com, and on Facebook, just look up Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. That will do it for us this Thursday night, folks. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night.